Hello, my name is Craig Evans. My website is thewaymissions.org, not .com. And on my website, as well as here in this presentation, we talk about sowing good seed, speaking the word, and prayer, which are the real mechanics of how you walk in the way. And this lesson today will illustrate this very well. This lesson deals with the workers in the vineyard, which is Matthew 21 through 19. Now, to put this in context, this scripture deals with salvation. But for those of us who sow good seed, it also deals with our agreements. What kind of agreements do we make, how we keep them, and how we let them go? And that is the subject of this lesson today. It deals with speaking the word, which is to initiate change. So let's get ready. First of all, the owner of the vineyard goes to the village at 6 in the morning and he hires some workers. They are there to harvest the vineyard. I hope you can see that. That's not too dark. But they are there to harvest. They are the early workers. They are paid by agreement 1 penny for their day. Right there. Maybe I can get a better pen there. Yeah, any color will do. Oh, thank you. We have assistants around here. So, let's see if this works a little better. There we go. Early. 1 penny. This is an earthbound agreement. Now, first of all, there's nothing wrong with earthbound agreements. We do it all the time. You buy a house, a car, or this or that. So, they are all agreed upon beforehand. They are earthbound. We made a deal. Right here, we're going to harvest for you. Later, he goes back to the village at 9 o'clock, comes back at noon, comes back at 3 o'clock, even 1 hour before the end of the day, and hires more workers because we've got to get this done. When he speaks to them, they say, "What are you going to pay us?" And their answer is, or his answer is, "Well, I'll pay you what's fair." They are working on trust. They are the later workers. They are paid by what is deemed fair. They are operating by trust, which also can be, I'll step over here for a second. I'm going to write this in little letters, although it's a very big word in our life. Faith. They are paid on the basis of faith. Even though they came late, they're still there, and they will be paid. In the end, the owner pays all of them the same, 1 penny. Well, the fellows that started early raise a row about that and say, "Well, you know, we work longer." And he says, "Well, I can pay." So that's why this is about salvation. We come down here. It is about how you are. It is a salvation parable, if I may put it that way. And its intent is you can come early or you can come late, but you still have to come forth. But what we're concerned about for the moment is this agreement. And our agreements are very important. First of all, if you are in agreement with something and you have an issue and you are trying to overcome your agreement. In other words, it could be, say, anger or moodiness. You are trying to control how you are overcoming, because you have not broken this agreement. So what we are looking at is speaking the word. We're going to come clear around here the long way, brother. We're going to get right here, and we're going to have the Spirit go forth to show you what you are actually in agreement with. Most people do not know what they are really in agreement with in their life. So this is not intended to be a psychological exercise. You speak the word for the Spirit to go forth before you. Show me what I'm in agreement with that I may not know about, that is holding me back, is causing me problems. Could be anything like that. But you stay out of it. You take the back seat instead of trying to grab the Spirit to help you with your problems, which is this overcoming. It leads to control. When you insert the Spirit into the process by speaking the word, you break those agreements as the Spirit reveals them to you. I break that agreement on self-pity. I break that agreement on not being motivated. You begin to speak in those terms so that when you are dealing with the issue, you are not so much overcoming, you are in agreement. So you're trying to overcome your own agreement is what I'm getting to here. You need to break that agreement. And speaking the word initiates change. That's what it's for. Very important. So once you break that agreement, whatever the Spirit shows you, you are not in agreement with it anymore. And that will lead to pathway instead of control. A totally different process. The teaching of the way prescribes that you walk on a pathway. So what is that pathway? The pathway is what the Spirit is revealing to you. That is why you sow good seed. That is why you speak in the Spirit or speak the word to initiate change. And that is also why you pray. Prayer is very important. We'll talk about that on another occasion. So, many Christians, for example, and those who love Jesus but are not religious, which I am a little less religious than most people, I have to admit, in that strict formal sense. And I'm only revealing what the Spirit has revealed to me about walking in the way. You need a way to walk. And what most Christians will do is I'm on a faith pathway. I'm walking in faith. That's wonderful. But realize that you have a lot of agreements you don't know you have. And the Spirit wants to address those that may be holding you back, even though you're walking in faith. You can use faith. Remember, our second group of workers came in faith. Faith is very important. So I don't want to minimize a faith pathway. What I am saying is there comes a time when the Spirit will deal with you, and it may just be a spiritual change. It could be a change in the physical, where you're in agreement with things that were no longer doing you any good. You're actually trying to overcome those agreements while still being in agreement. What I am saying in the mechanics of walking in the way is this is where you speak the word, so those agreements will be broken. And I'm going to do part 2 on this later, dealing with the will and your emotions. Very interesting, I hope. So that you are no longer in agreement, you are now moving on pathway. So instead of control, You've got this block. I'm always trying to control, but you're never really on a pathway. So I hope this is satisfactory for you to give you a basic understanding of the mechanics of what it means to walk in the way. And so, I'm going to leave this for now. We're going to do part 2, as I said, that deals with the will and the emotions. Because you will be asking the Spirit to move into your will to assist you. But we'll discuss that the next time. All I want to say is, Jesus really loves you, and he isn't holding anything against you. And I always find that an amazing thing. And as for myself, visit the website. There's plenty of articles to read. Jesus taught us the oneness of enlightenment with the Spirit of God. He told us how to do it. He showed us how to do it. And he demonstrated how to do it. Never forget that about the person of Christ. And I will see you next time.